guys, and welcome back to the channel. On today's video, you are going to be following us along for a week. We're going to be working on Peach's recall. In this video, you're going to see all her progress, her struggles, and hopefully it'll inspire you to train your dog. So yeah, let's get this video started. Hey guys, so welcome to day one of training. Today we are at the front of my house. It's an area with low distractions. We might have some dogs barking in the background or a neighbor show up, but it's all things that Peach can work through at the level that she's at. She has a very good foundation on recall, but what I'm looking for is for her to come over to me and to sit right in front of me at arm's length. What I'm using as criteria to perfect her recall is the companion dog title by the AKC. So if you guys are to search that up, it's a title that you can earn in basic obedience with your dog. And for you to earn that title, you have to follow a couple of rules and guidelines. So that's one of the rules in recall, for her to come and to sit right in front of me at arm's length. So that is going to be our main focus for today. Right now, I am just working with her using the leash. You'll see that a couple of times she does get distracted, but what I just do is I simply call her over again. I incentivize her with the treat. I understand if she, looks over at a neighbor or looks over at something that's going on, especially because we're just starting off into training, so it's not something that I'm going to penalize her for, and that is something that I always keep in mind every time we go to a new place or just start off in general. Peach is usually super excited, so it takes her a little bit to get to her full focus mode. Now, based on this companion dog title from the AKC, there are a couple of things that will disqualify you from earning the title if your dog doesn't perform the recall command on a certain way. So what I mean is, if Peach doesn't come the first time, she is automatically disqualified. If Peach were to get up from her sitting position before I call her, she would also be disqualified. If she is not at arm's length, that's another thing that would also disqualify her. So those are all things that we're going to start to work on little by little as the week progresses. You'll see that in a couple of times I will put her back into a sit if she follows me. Here I was just making sure that she stayed in that same spot. I think that's something really important to remember as dog owners, is to always make sure that we are communicating with our dog appropriately. If your dog can't, recall on a regular situation where there aren't a lot of distractions, we can't try to enforce that in a situation with much higher distractions without having had a strong foundation. So it's very important that for us to remember that although we want our dogs to perform a certain command and do it well, we have to ask ourselves, have we proofed this enough? Have I practiced this enough? Is my dog stable enough? And if the answer is no, then you have to continue to work in the places that are maybe boring, right? Or the places that you might not think that learning recall would be useful or calling your dog would be useful. So that's something that I think that we always have to remember. For our training today, I decided to bring treats and bring the long leash. The reason that I brought the long leash was because I wasn't sure if she would be able to handle being off leash. So if she were to stray away after I had called her, I'd be able to direct her back to me with the leash. So here she's demonstrated that she was doing really great, even though there were neighbors around and dogs barking in the background. So that gave me confidence in being able to drop the leash because she was being very engaged. Peach, sit. 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 Peach, sit. Good girl.
Good. That's what I wanted, girl. Break. Yes, girl. Good job. Alright guys, so today we're at location number 2, day 2 of perfecting her recall. This is a trail that she does know, but it still has some level of distractions that the front of her house does not. So for example, there are a bunch of things that she can sniff, those kind of distractions. Maybe there is like a horse or a cow that'll show up, maybe a car will drive by. So that's the type of distraction that we're talking about. Peach, come. Come. Good girl. All right. So, as I was saying, sit. Peach, sit. There is some level of distraction. So today I'm going to practice with her on the leash, and if she does well, I'll take her off leash and I'll use the e-collar. So the reason why I would use the e-collar is because if I take away the leash, I still want to have a way to be able to communicate with her. If you are just to go out with your dog that has like no obedience training or no basis or foundation, and you just take them off leash, and you have literally no leash or anything to communicate with them, it's going to be really hard for you to mark good behavior. So that's why today, if I take away a leash, I'm going to add the e-collar. And I know that some people have asked me before, oh, when do you use the e-collar on your dog? And the answer to that is it depends. Usually, if I'll need to correct it down to your Peach, I'll usually have the e-collar. However, if Dante and Peach respond very well to just leash pressure, and this depends very much on the environment that we're in, then I'll just stick to leash pressure. If I plan on having them off leash, I'll get the e-collar. And yeah, so that's kind of like the benchmark that I use. So today, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna practice with her with the leash first, and just use the leash pressure if she does stray or not pay attention. And then, depending on how she does in this place, I'll practice some off-leash work with her. So I'm not going to give her a treat for that because, I don't know if you guys saw it, but she got off from her sit after she came while I was getting the treat. So kind of my fault because I should have given her the treat quicker, but we practiced this enough for her to know better. Right, come on. Now she's really engaged because she's let me take out the treat. Sit. So I'm going to put her back, come. Sit. Sit. She anticipated me not giving her a treat. Peach, sit. I'm going to put her back where she was. Go. Sit. Peach, sit. Sit. Come. Good girl. Break. Alright, we're going to try that again. Could be better. Peach, come. Good. Good girl. Alright, I do want to start phasing out the treats though, so let's try that again. Come here. Peach. Sit. Good sit. Come. I kind of want her to be here. So let's do that again. Peach, come. Sit. Come. Good girl. Figured it out. Break. Yes, girl. Good girl. Good job. Let's do some more. Come. So I'm gonna give her a tug. Come. Good girl. Sit. Good. Remember, I want to do this unprompted. So she's only gonna get a treat if she does it unprompted. Come. Sit. Good girl. All right, now let's do one without telling her. See if she does it. Come. Want her to be more in front of me. Come. Good. Much better. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. All right. So she's doing good, but we're gonna practice some more. Right, Peach? Let me practice more. All right, come on. Come on. Good girl. Good job. Good picture. Right. Good girl. Come. Good. Good girl. Wait. So far I haven't had to use the e-collar. Come. Good girl. That's a good girl. All right, come. Peach, come. Leave it. Leave it. Sit. You. You. Sit. Good girl. Come. Good. Auntie, you don't even care about them anymore? She's like, go. You cannot. She chased you off. What happened? What happened? That chicken called you who's boss? Dante, what happened to you? What happened to you? Huh? What happened? What happened to you? Huh? What happened? The chicken got you? The chicken got you? Dante, what happened to you? What happened to you? Hi, girl. Guys, the chicken started laying eggs again. So I'm gonna give one to Dante and Peach. All right, ready? Dante, ready? Sit, Peach. Wait, come. Peach, come. Sit, sit. Okay. Let's give one to Dante. 1, 2, 3. Oh, what a good boy, Peach. Come. Come here, Peach. Here's. Oh, he didn't break it. Good. Ready, Peach? Sit. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, she just headbutted it. Girl. This one is gentle. This one is the gentle one. This is the crazy one. Alright guys, can't remember what day it is, but I'm going to bring Peach with me to pick up some food, and we're going to practice in the parking lot. Come on, Peach. Good girl. Come on. Good girl. Alright, sit. Oh, what a pretty girl.
So I think that this was probably Peach's worst day in terms of her engagement. And granted, I mean, this was a place that she's never been to before. It was very loud, lots of smells, lots of trash on the floor as well. So she was trying to sniff everything, very overstimulated. So I knew that I couldn't just go in and start asking her to do cum right away. She, as you can see, was so overstimulated that she was just like, didn't even know what to do with the leash when it wrapped around her legs, as if she's never been on a leash before. But so all of that to say that I wasn't too surprised. So what I did was work Peach a bit. I made her do things that were very simple. For example, like sit. That is something that she could pick up on. And doing that over and over again really helped her get her attention back to me. I was determined to make sure that we didn't leave there on a bad note. So you'll see that by the end of this outing with her, she was able to do cum right how we had practiced for it. So that is something that I highly recommend for any dog owner. If you go to a place that's particularly challenging, work towards something achievable and always make sure that you're leaving on a good note. Alright guys, so here is the last day of week 1 in perfecting Peach's recall. We decided to go to Home Depot. I had a couple of errands I needed to run, so I thought that this was the perfect opportunity to take Peach and practice what we have been working on. And first we started off in the area with the least amount of distractions, so that would be in this, outdoor space. There weren't a lot of people. Peach is familiar with this place, and then the plan was to work towards going inside where there is a bunch more noise and people trying to pet her and talk to her. And yeah, I mean, she was doing really great. If you'll notice, one thing is that I try to make as much use of the things that I have at my disposal to be able to help Peach understand what it is that I want from her. So I make sure that I'm always bringing treats. If I have to use the leash, I don't hesitate to take it out. If I need to use the e-collar, I will use the e-collar. If I need to work in a place that has less distractions first to set her up for success, I'll do that. And I think that that's something that I really want to drive with this video, is that there are plenty of ways for you to communicate with your dog. Okay guys, so that's going to conclude the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that it gave you a realistic outlook at how training is not just a one-time thing. There's a lot of practice and repetition that goes through it, and if you want your dog to improve, you have to expose them to as many different environments as possible. So even with this video being done and us spending a week on recall, there is still so much improvement that we can make. I'm very happy with the progress that I've made with Peach so far. So for example, one thing I really wanted to sharpen was to make sure that when she came, she was at arm's length for me, and she would sit right next to me. So that's something that's really important, and I think that we were able to achieve in this video. Moving forward, we can start working on having us go into the heel position after she does come. Just to give you guys some context, the benchmark that I'm using is the companion dog title from the AKC. So this is a title that you could earn with your dog. It's a title based on basic obedience, and there are certain criteria that you'd have to follow in order for you to get this title. So that is what I'm using. I'll put up like a little pop-up so that you guys can see it, or maybe a link if anybody wants to look at it. But that's what I'm following. And with that in mind, we do have some other things that we need to work on, but I'm happy with the progress that we've made. I think Peach did a really good job. I got a better idea of her struggles and what we need to work on. And yeah, I honestly love sharing all of this with you guys. I love training the dogs. So if you want to support our channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and to comment. All of that stuff really helps our video be recommended more and reach a bigger audience. So I'd appreciate if you guys do that, as well as check out our merch. And for anybody that's interested in the courses over at Fenrir, I highly recommend those courses for anybody, especially if you're a first-time dog owner and literally have no idea what you're doing. Those are a great source of information for anybody that really just needs to learn the basics. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys until next time. Bye!